Shri Ganapati Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to the part of Uttara Kanda to chapter 2 in which we will going to learn about the birth of Vishravas. Thus questioned by magnanimous Raghava, the illustrious Kumbhayoni, that is Agastya, answered as follows. Learn, O Rama, brilliant exploits of that warrior Indrajitu and how he slew his adversaries without being wounded by them. But first I shall tell you of Ravana's birth and lineage, O Raghava, and thereafter of the rare boon accorded to his son Indrajitu. In former times, during the Krita Yuga, there lived a son of Prajapati, O Rama, and that Lord Pulasthya by name was a Parama Rishi equal to the grandfather of the world, that is Chaturmukha Brahma himself. One is unable to enumerate all the virtues he vowed to his excellent character, and it is sufficient to say that he was the son of Prajapati and as such was the favorite of the gods. He was beloved of the entire world on account of his charming qualities and great wisdom. In order to pursue his ascetic practices, the foremost of Munis, that is Pulasthya, repaired to the hermitage of Trinabindu and took up his abode on the slopes of the great mountain Meru. There, that virtuous soul, his senses fully controlled, gave himself up to the practice of austerity. But some youthful maidens, whose fathers were rishis, pannagas, and rajarishis, wandering in those solitudes, disturbed him. Accompanied by apsarasas, they came to divert themselves in that place, and as it was possible to find fruits in every season and disport oneself in those woods, the young girls constantly went there to play. Attracted by the charms of Paulastya's retreat, they sang, played their instruments, and danced, thus, in full innocence, distracting the hermit from the exercise of his penances. On this, that mighty and exalted sage cried out in indignation, "He who falls under my gaze will instantly conceive." Thereupon, all those maidens who heard the magnanimous sage, terrified by the Brahmin's curse, left that place. But the daughter of the sage Trinabindu did not heard it, entering the wood, wandering here and there without fear. She was unable to find the companions who had accompanied her. At that moment, illustrious and mighty Rishi, born of Prajapati, was concentrating on the sacred scriptures, his soul purified by asceticism. During the recitation of the Veda, that youthful maiden approached, and beholding that treasury of asceticism, she instantly grew pale and manifested all the signs of pregnancy. Thereupon, discovering her condition, she became extremely bewildered and said, "What has happened to me? Thereafter, realizing the truth, she returned to her father's hermitage. On seeing her in that state, Trinabindu said, "What means this strange condition in which you do find yourself?" Thereat, with joined palms, the unfortunate girl answered the treasury of asceticism, saying, "I do not know, dear father, what has brought me to this pass. Preceded by my companions, I had gone to visit the sacred hermitage of that great and pure souled Rishi Paulastya or Pulasthya. Thereafter, I was unable to find any of those who had accompanied me to the woods, but perceiving the alteration in my body, seized with fear, I returned here. Then that Rajarishi Trinabindu of radiant aspect entered into meditation a while, and it was revealed to him that this was the work of the ascetic and the curse of the great and pure souled sage having been made clear to him. He, taking his daughter, went to where Pulasthya was to be found and said to him, "O blessed one, accept this daughter of mine in all her native perfection as alms spontaneously offered. O great Rishi, assuredly she will ever be completely obedient to you who are given to practice of asceticism and to the mortification of the senses." Hearing the words of the virtuous Rajarshi, that thrice born one who was willing to accept the young girl said, "It is well." And having given his daughter to that king of the sages, Trinabindu returned to his hermitage while the young wife remained with her consort, gratifying him with her virtue. Her character and conduct so charmed that powerful and exalted sage, in his delight, he addressed her, saying, "O lady of lovely limbs, I am very pleased with your outstanding virtues and will confer on you a son like unto myself, who will perpetuate both our homes, both our houses. He will be known by the name of Paulastya Pulasthya, and as thou has listened to me reciting the Veda, he will also be called Vishravas." Thus, his heart filled with delight, did the ascetic speak to his divine consort, and in a short time she gave birth to a son, Vishravas, who was famed in the three worlds and full of glory and pity. Learned, looking on all with an equal eye, happy in the fulfillment of his duty, like unto his father, inclined to asceticism, such was Vishravas. Thus come to the end, chapter 2 of Uttara Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.